Commentary this time from John Motson.
Two of the game's most respected figures bring their vast experience to this cup tie. Queen's Park Rangers player manager Ray Wilkins, who will be 40 later this year, renews his long association with the FA Cup by electing to start a match for only the third time this season. While Tranmere's John Aldridge, just 2 years younger at 37, is out to confirm his reputation as the most prolific goal scorer in the modern game. His current career total is around 430. Aldridge plays up front with 19-year-old local discovery Ian Moore, and manager John King picks two wingers. John Morrissey is recalled on the right, Pat Nevin presses his Scotland claims on the left. John McGreal returns after injury in defence, but the experienced pair of Gary Stevens and Sean Teal are still out. 9 of this locally based team are Merseysiders. Missing from the Rangers lineup, Mark Haitley and Kevin Gallen both injured, Ian Holloway with flu and Simon Barker suspended. Alan MacDonald returns from suspension to lend his experience to a team which sees 3 young men playing in their first FA Cup tie. Trevor Challis and Matthew Brazier are 20 and 19 respectively. Nigel Quasi in midfield is 17, less than half Wilkins' age. Jeff Winter of Middlesbrough is the man in charge, and QPR in the hoops playing from the left in this all-seater stadium at Prenton Park, a remodelled ground recently. Here's Impey. Up against Rogers, the young fullback who was 19 this week. And it was Garnett who came across, and QPR get an early corner which will bring MacDonald forward and also Yates. Ray Wilkins has gone across to take it himself. Carl Reddy's also in the penalty area. Here's Reddy. Nevin with the ball for Tranmere here, leaving it for Rogers. Sliced over the bar by Yates. That was heart in the mouth time for the defender. Very good ball by the 19-year-old. He's put some great service in early on. Look at that. Corner to Tranmere. Up comes Garnett among others. That's McGreal's flick, and it's McGreal again. Skillful play by Morrissey. Player manager involved defending by his own corner flag there. There's the man on the right they call Mr. Tranmere, Dave Russell, a former manager here, a sprightly 81 now, and the man who in the 60s changed the club strip to all white before Don Revie did the same at Leeds. Oh, Moore! Well, they left him some space there. They weren't tight enough, QPR, on this promising young goal scorer, Ian Moore. Now this can go right to John Morrissey, and Jed Brannan's made a great run. There's Brannan. Morrissey again. Thomas has joined the attack, number 3. They're waiting for a cross. And there it is for Aldridge, and Jurgen Sommer just gets a hand. Here's Nevin. Rogers. Nevin. Oh, a miss kick by Morrissey. This is Brannan. That wasn't a miss kick, it hit Quasi. Here's Thomas. Aldridge. Oh, and the hesitation in defence. Not really easing the danger. Brannan finds Rogers as Tranmere flood forward here. A better ball in was needed there. And QPR survive for the moment. But for how long? Brannan. Nevin. This is Thomas. And that's going to go sailing out of play. Not a bad spell that for Tranmere. This is Sinclair. Forward, Impey. Oh, and Quasi coming in. Point from Ray Wilkins, or perhaps encouragement. Crossed by Impey, and he pulled away nicely here, Quasi, but didn't direct the header properly. Brannan. Well, that was some succinct football by Tranmere. In fact, Moore's effort came courtesy of a deflection off Maddox, I think. Here's Allen, and here's Impey. Wilkins keeps the attack moving. Oh, and play back in. Goal for QPR. And the 17-year-old Nigel Quasi, in his first FA Cup tie, does this. It was his original run. It was played back to him by Bradley Allen. And Quasi drives it inside the near post of Danny Coyne. A very well-worked goal. Just look at the way he played the first ball. Went for the return the other side of Garnett. And what a moment to remember for Nigel Quasi, who a week ago was making his senior debut. It's only the second away goal Queen's Park Rangers have registered in 9 games. Chalice, oh, he's onside, it's Sinclair. Bradley Allen is the other player up to his right. Sinclair goes alone. Oh, how did that stay out? Well, he doesn't know. It seemed to clip the inside of the post and then fly across the goal. Trevor Sinclair takes on Garnett, shoots past Coyne, and that's exactly what it did do. Well, at 2-0, the game would have been as good as over, I would imagine. And here come Rangers again with Bradley Allen. This is the best they've played all afternoon. 2 up with him. Still Allen. Brazier. And a corner. Well, they've put their foot on the pedal, the Premiership team, and it's paying off. Oh, Maddox is there. Oh, it's in! Sinclair pouncing on the loose ball, and it's 2-0 Queen's Park Rangers. And in any event, the shot that hit the post won't matter now. Danny Coyne missed that. Danny Maddox didn't. He pulled it back, and Sinclair came from behind the defender. He ghosted in, really, to make it 2-0 to Queen's Park Rangers. So 2 goals in the space of 6 minutes. Tranmere wondering just where this cup tie has gone. They started the second half on the attack. Here's Nevin, they are again now, and that's a good shot. Oh, it's a fine save. It's a good save by Jürgen Sommer. Pat Nevin's strike, nothing wrong with that. It was on the volley, sat up for him. What a good stretch. It's a corner to Tranmere. The game has really opened up now. And the flick on by McGreal. And finally, it's cleared. Well, Tranmere get the free kick, and with it perhaps some hope. If they could get one back, it would make for a very interesting finish to this cup tie. It's going to be Nevin. And back in by O'Brien. And fingered round the post by Jürgen Sommer from John Aldridge. What a typical Aldridge effort that was. It just fell And there was the shot in an instant. Good save, actually. Could have been another one for his collection, but there's a corner here. Away by Quasi. Oh, look at this. It's too late. Would have been a through ball, but the whistle has gone, and Queen's Park Rangers go through to the fourth round, courtesy of 2 goals in 6 minutes. Ray Wilkins lending his experience to this young team, with Quasi, the 17-year-old, responding by scoring the first goal on 54 minutes, and then Trevor Sinclair wrapping it up 6 minutes later. In the end, it was comfortable for the Premiership side. This was the shot that didn't happen because Tranmere on the day didn't really do themselves justice. Is it easier or more difficult being the manager on the pitch than on the bench?
I don't really know. I prefer to be involved. I like to be around them, and I can talk to them all, because there are times, difficult times in games, especially these games, where young men can sometimes fold. But if you're talking to them continually, I think they'll be okay. And fortunately, it worked out for us today.
I must say, you're in your early 30s and going along very nicely, hoping to play in Euro 96. What about this fellow Wilkins at 39?
Yeah, he's excellent for them, really, and he calms them down and he orchestrates it really well. I've noticed a few times in the game when some of their players were getting a wee bit overexcited, wanting to desperately go forward. He just calmed them down, kept them back. So he's an old head on there who does a lot of good for them, even if he's not running at 90 miles an hour anymore.
Well, John didn't think Tranmere were at their best today, but they certainly dominated the game early on.
To be fair, I thought in the first half that only one team in it, they didn't create a lot of chances, but there had a lot of pressure in the game. I think that QPR went there with a game plan. Sort of for the first 60 minutes, they tried to match Tranmere for effort, attitude and commitment, and then gradually the talent and ability took over. They had a bit of luck along the way, because Tranmere had one great chance the first half. It's just a ball forward. Yates makes a bit of a mistake here, but Moore does well. Sumner comes out, Moore chases a lost cause, gets the break off the keeper. He's up very quickly. Good hit in, and that could have gone the other side of the post, and it might have made all the difference.
Didn't foul the goalkeeper there, you know?
Maybe.
Okay, maybe. Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Now, what about Ray Wilkins? He's underlining the point you guys pack it in too early, you see.
Well, he's so influential. I mean, for a player about 46, you know, he really can't run, but he's got 2 great feet. He knows when to hold it, when to give it, and he's just tremendous in the ball. This is an example here. It's so simple but effective. Great first touch, good control, just a simple pass, but he puts Sinclair away into lots of space. This for me is the best part of the match. He wants it here, watch his arms come out, wait, looks up, picks out the best option, turns it around the corner, and again into feet, a tremendous pass. This is an example where he can't run. He tries to close down quickly here. We've circled him there. He can get there, but what he does, he just gets back into position in front of the back four. He fills in so well, he uses his experience, and he gets in a position so when it comes loose, when it's headed out here, he's the man that picks up. Little look round, brings it under control, slides it outside right peg, and QPR off again. And he played a major part in the goal as well. Young Kazi picks it up here, plays it to Wilkins, good first touch again, he's away. Plays another 1-2, clean through, and a great hit from Quasi. And after that, Tranmere were never going to get back in the game.
You said Ray was 46, didn't you? But he's only 30.
He's only 39. He's only a boy.
He's 46.
Yeah. I won't say what I am. But who's going to win the cup then?
Well, 2 goals in 5 minutes early in the second half were enough to put Rangers into the fourth round. Teenager Nigel Quashie showed why he's rated so highly with an excellent strike. Trevor Sinclair must have thought he'd squandered his best chance to score when